welcome to episode 25 of Series 3 of Master League Story Mode. Now, we confirmed in the last episode that we are promoted, we're going up. Ian Holloway, for the second time in his career, has taken a team of not necessarily the Championship's most likely promotion candidates, and he's got them into the Premier League. But before we get to the end of the season, we do have one little thing that needs taken care of, and that is our position at the top of the table. We're only 1 point ahead of Newcastle United. We've got Rotherham today away in the last game of the season. If we can get a hat-trick for Dicko and we can win this, then we can finish top of the table with the top scorer or joint top scorer. So that is the plan for today. We've got to win this, really. We want to come away with the title after such an incredible season. Let's take a look and see how everyone's doing. Marlon Pack on a downward arrow, but I think he stays in. Everyone else on the yellows. Keep it as it is. Just got to go in there, win this one, be done with it. And then we can get into the meat of the transfer window, which is always good fun. We're away here at Rotherham's very impressive stadium. The New York Stadium. The New York Stadium? That can't be right. Anyway, this hopefully will be the arena that sees Bristol City crowned as champions under Ian Holloway. What an incredible story this has been. A side that has been beautifully crafted together by Ian Holloway and the Bristol City backroom staff. We've had some incredible signings. Some real coups. And, yeah, I think we deserve a win. There's Mika, the captain, nowadays. He's taken that off Marlon Pack and Aidan Flint, who were both in the running for it at the beginning of the season. But Ian Holloway's given it over to Mika. And hopefully he's going to lead him out here for another win. Look how big Tammy Abraham is. He is a towering man. Anyway, let's get into it. Oh, that's a mistake there. Can Dicko find the run of Dowell into the box? Frecklington's there with him. Does enough to put Dowell off. Still not sure if Frecklington's a real name. Sounds like something from a cartoon. Abraham putting himself about. Look at that great play from Abraham in the sort of tradition of Obi Lari, if anyone remembers him. Pack's there, gets the cross into Dicko. Oh, out as far as Matthews. Now Rossiter sees Angelino in tons of space out to the left-hand side. Angelino throws the W, but Caceres is equal to it. Marty into Pack now. 26 minutes in and we're struggling to create anything. Rotherham giving us a good old battle. They don't want us to be crowned Premier League champions on their ground, and that's fair enough. Rossiter into Dicko. First time to Dowell. Reverse pass into Abraham. Abraham in the box. The right foot finish. And Tammy puts us ahead. Our number 9. Could that be the goal that wins us the league? Well, it could be, and we're definitely on course for it now. If they're doing one of those cool simultaneous match of the days, then they've just flashed up this game. And they've just flashed up Newcastle fans looking sad. With their shirts off probably, but still very sad. Caceres, long ball. Again, it's Flint versus Blackstock. Blackstock's doing really well in the air, and that's a nice ball out to Mattock. Can he find a ball into the box? He can, and Blackstock gets there with a header. Against all the odds. He looks to be pretty dangerous in the air, does old Blackstock. Magnuson finds Angelino a little bit of space, cuts inside. Nice ball into Dicko. Oh, it's a lovely ball into Kieran Dowell, who hits it really well with the left foot. Can Abraham get there? Oh, the curling effort from Abraham, just wide of the post. But it's 1-0 here at the New York Stadium. And Bristol City, top of the league, they're going to be champions. Championes! Rings around from the Bristol City supporters who've travelled all the way up to Rotherham. And they're hoping to see Bristol City crowned champions for the first time in their history. What an occasion that would be. Spreads it wide to Aidan Flint. His pass though, very poor. Can't take advantage. Oh, Flint's caught in possession. That was risky, turning there into Blackstock, but Flint turns on the afterburners and he's done it again. Aidan Flint into the box now. Blackstock's doing well to stay ahead of him, but Pack's in there and he can bring it away. Ships it into Ross too. Continues out to Angelino. Dicko now on to Angelino again. Angelino looking over the top for Abraham. Broadfoot's first touch is a poor one. Putting himself under a lot of pressure there. Could only clear to touch. First substitute here for Rotherham. No changes so far for Bristol. Dowell to the line. Can he get the ball in? He can. Abraham's there near post. Tammy Abraham rises above number 16. And Bristol City now surely with an Abraham brace going to be pronounced champions by the end of this second half. Quick flash over to Newcastle fans. They're in tears. Tammy Abraham. He's had a great season for Bristol City. So many injuries, but he's come back strong every single time. And he's so good in the air in those sort of positions. How many times have we seen Kieran Dowell putting it onto Abraham's forehead? Lovely stuff. Yates into Wall, but Flintzing with a big tackle, but it's fallen to Yates now, edge of the box. Nice ball into Brown, he loops it in. Mika's there, easy take for the captain. And now Amati. Ball inside to Rossiter, it's a poor one. Roster gets a good challenge in there. Oh, the second slide tackle was a little strong. That'll probably be pulled back for a yellow, but for now it's Marlon Pack. Abraham inside to Dowell. What's he going to do here? Tries to put on the afterburners, can't get away from his defender. There's only 1 minute left on the clock here. The crowd already going crazy. Bristol City are about to be crowned champions of the championship. That doesn't sound so good. But yes, come on, it's done. Daniel Amati, and there's Ian Holloway on the pitch. Right, Rust, right, Jordan. Right, Eden, it's been all right. Get the cider out. Right on. Probably something like that. And there they are. There's Ian Holloway. It's the only time you ever get to see the manager is when you win something. And the Sky Bet Championship winners are Bristol City. What a side we've created. We've made some real heroes. We've brought through players like Rossiter, like Angelino, who improved them. Mika, he's been huge at the back. For many, an unsung hero. Definitely for me, he's been a big part of what we've been doing this season. It's why we've had such a great defensive record. And there they are, the lads. Such a great side, such a great bunch of lads as well. Kozak's made his way in there. Not sure if you deserve to be so far near the front. But anyway, this is all irrelevant. We've won the league. Wow. Never won the league. In the history of Master League Story Mode, I don't think we did. Definitely did it in the Series 2. Series 1, I think we came second in the Championship. I don't know if we ever won the league. I think we did win the league. We didn't win the Champions League, that was it. But we've never won the Championship until today. And Tammy Abraham, I think rightly so. Maybe Dicko as well, who's been great all season. He gets man of the match. Great stuff. Scenes here for the travelling fans. And back in Bristol, as I'm sure you know, the cider is flowing. So what a result that was. And there we are. 1 point clear at the top. We had a better goal difference. Conceded the fewest goals in the league. We had a lot of draws. 14 draws, but only 4 losses. That's a very, very good record. Tammy Abraham banging 5. Wow. What a way to end the season for Tammy. Looking really strong. Kieran Dowell with 2 assists. Tammy Abraham with 6.5 average rating. That's big. 3 from a cross, 3 from a through ball, 3 from set pieces. That's decent. So Roster topping the passing and dribbling stats in the final month of the season. But look at that. Passes received. 102 for Kieran Dowell. That's massive. It's been part of everything for us. Even though the stats might not show it, he's been an incredible player for us. Definitely needs to improve his shooting though. Only 17% success rate. But Tammy Abraham banging in 1 in every 2 shots. That's huge. And also really dominant in the air. 12 battles won. Daniel Amati, unsurprisingly, 22 tackles won in that defensive midfield position. It's huge. I mean, that's going to be massive for us in the Premier League, I think. We're really going to need him there, breaking up play. Wow, we got an extra 1.3 million for winning the championship. That's underwhelming. Roster protege, that's good to see. We won the Sky Bet Championship. Yes, Sky Bet Championship best manager. Whoa! Dicko, player of the season. Yep, and 2 players in the team of the season. Excellent stuff. Had some scouting reports in. That's good. We need to make sure now to have a look at our listed players, see if there's anyone in there that we want to be making early bids on. My strategy for this window is to try and get as much out of these scouts as possible and then switch them up. Maybe like midway through the window, midway through August. See if we can look at some other areas as well, because we do need a centre-back and we do need a central midfield player as well. But let's see what the scouts brought for us now. Got one in here that we can look at, Nathan. Tiny little Brazilian attacking midfielder / second striker with those passing stats and the finishing. It's not for me. From the Netherlands, a striker, Rick Rubin from the United States. He might not be called Rick Rubin. He looks decent though. The youngster, 2 million. Might be a good backup. Can play the second striker role as well. Decent low passing, decent finishing. He's very small. Very small indeed. And then Veghorst, unfortunately, is out of our bounds. And then finally, what have we got in here? Looking for a second striker. Elanga. Good dribbler, good speed. But again, the passing and the finishing is just not good enough for what we're trying to do here with Bristol City. Neither of those 2 possible. Okay. Bit of an underwhelming start to these scouts, but I'm sure there's more for them to find. Stick Ruben on the list because he looks like a decent possibility. Let's take a look at our list, see if there's anyone we want to put an early bid on before the transfer window opens. One that we've talked about a lot is Tom Davis. He would be an excellent backup, but also versatile central midfield player. I mean, he'd be challenging Rossiter, I think, and Pack. And as Pack gets older, a 19-year-old might be a good thing to have. We are looking for a centre-back as well. We'll put in a cheeky early bid for Paddy McNair. He'd be great as a ball-winning centre-back. He's only 22 years old, so he's got room to improve as well. Anyone else in here that we're interested in? Not really. We need to update this list. There's no one in here that's exciting me. Cousins would be good from QPR. He might be the utility defender we're looking for, so we'll put a bid in for him. Poulter. I know Kakarot is a big fan of Poulter. He is a possibility, but I feel like his ball control, his dribbling is very low. Although he's so strong and so quick. With the dribbling and the ball control, the speed, I suppose, is good for getting into position. He's got good header, good finishing. I might be more tempted by Robertha than a free transfer than Poulter. Robertha's always one that we can go for. We'll hold out for a bit because we only get one free transfer. We might find something better. We've got Ruben as well. It'd be a good backup. Kozak hopefully will be on his way out. Let's keep cracking on. Anything in my team to look at? Roster, we're not selling him. Little, hopefully we can bag a little bit more cash for him. Lol. And then a reminder that Gustav Engvall is on the list. A few people not so sure about that, but... Oh, Lee Tomlin. We'll take anything for him. Absolutely anything at all. Goldborn. He doesn't get many chances. If we could find an adaptable centre-back, then we could sell Goldborn as well. So he doesn't get enough chances really at the moment, so we'll put him on the list as well. Kozak's on there. Cherie's on there. I'll only sell him if I really think that for the amount that we get for him, we can get a better replacement attacking midfield, second striker than old Cherie, who's been great for us. You know, he's a good finisher. He's got that explosive power and the body control to roll away from players, but he's not getting any better. But he got a few more years at this level, so unless it's really worth selling him, then we'll probably keep hold of him. Take a quick look at the goal rankings. Dicko and Abraham. Oh, Abraham snuck up with 18 goals, which considering how long he was out for, he should definitely have been top scorer if he'd had a full season. Imagine how well he'd be doing now in terms of stats as well. Dicko grabbed 9 assists. That's huge from him. Cherie as well. He played that attacking midfield role for most of the season. Kieran Dowell, he grabbed 7. Engvall was 7 as well. That's pretty impressive from what was a bit part player. Individual titles. Dicko gets player of the season. The Lord Bentner grabs top scorer. But Ian Holloway, manager of the season. What a man. What a mighty good man. Oh, Kieran Dowell is the other one who sneaks into the team of the tournament. That's good to see him getting some recognition. He's been very consistent, Kieran Dowell. He's always been involved every time he gets a chance. Okay, more scouting fun. What have we got here? Something good, hopefully. Hopefully they're not spending their time in Holland in the cafes or the red light district. Hopefully our scouts are on the ball. What have we got here? 25-year-old target man, centre forward / attacking midfielder. Interesting. Sutjens. He's got some interesting stats to him. I'm not 100% sure. We'll put him on the list. What have we got up front? Anything we can work with here? Got 3 to look at. B. Darry is the only one we would be allowed to sign, and he's missing some of the stats that we would like. So, time to select a favourite player. I'm not really sure about this element of Master League this year, but for a favourite player for us, it's got to be Kieran Dowell, the 20-year-old lighting up the Championship. Will he be able to continue that in the Premier League? Remains to be seen. Wow, Bristol City are so happy with us. They've given us £724,000 to play with, but 1.9 into the salary budget. That's pretty good as well. 2.7 million. We shouldn't worry about salary really, but in terms of cash, we're a bit low. Kieran Dowell, there he is. What a player he's turning into. F. Friday. Who's this guy? 22-year-old goal poacher. He's big lad, 187. 75 finishing. Ooh! And he's quick. He looks very similar to old Tammy Abraham. He's interesting. He's got long-range drive, acrobatic finishing, first-time shot. Those are really good player skills to have for a 22-year-old. F. Friday. Well, he's definitely going on the list. He's one to consider. That's a good bit of scouting. That's the first thing the scouts brought back for me that's really interested me. Still no bids for any of our players, so let's keep moving. And another 500,000. Excellent. But the salary budget has gone up by 3.9. What the fuck's the point in that? Not going to have anyone to buy with this amount of money. We don't need the salary. It's a shame it's not movable. I'm sure it used to be in an older one. And that's the season over. We're not going to be responding to any job offers, so let's go. Come on. Premier League season begins now. So it's Bristol City going up with Newcastle and Fulham, Middlesbrough, Burnley and Hull City going down. Unfortunately, none of those are our linked clubs. So the transfer window has opened, the new season has begun, and unfortunately Dicko, one of the stalwarts of that championship winning side, is gone, but hopefully we can get him back in. That's the ideal. So with the transfer window upon us, I'm going to make another bid for the three that we looked at to begin with. Davis, McNair, and Cousins. I'm also going to put a bid in for Friday because I really like the look of him. And I'm going to put in a bid for Dicko. See how that goes. Making some early moves. Still nothing for any of our players. We do need, though, to sell, because otherwise we're not going to be able to afford any of the players we've just bid on. So 3 days into the transfer window, and we've had a bid for Goldborn, which will be good if we can sign a replacement for him. I think for now that's just going to be a bit of a backup bit of cash. Cousins would have been great. Doesn't look like Cousins or McNair is going to happen. Friday, that's unfortunate we've been turned down by him, seeing as he was a scouted one. But Davis and Dicko, they've gone through. Let's take a look and see how much they want for Dicko. I have a horrible feeling this might be very high. 4.9 for Davis. That's sort of understandable for such a highly rated youngster. Dicko 9.7. Oh, shit. Well, there's no way in hell we're paying 9.7 million for him. Especially when someone like Friday would be a decent replacement for him. Not that we can sign Friday at the moment anyway, but how much is Friday worth? 3.3 million. I'm going to try just another bid for him rather than going to renegotiate. Dicko, that's too expensive. Even adjusting that, we're only going to get £1 mil off that at the most, and that still is way out of our price range. Perhaps a loan for him is what we need to do. And remember, we've got the free transfer of Roberta as an option for a striker. If we sell Kozak and Engval, and obviously Dicko's left, we need 3 strikers really. We need Roberta, definitely. Dicko maybe on a loan, and then another Friday would be great. See how that goes. We have to keep moving though. They want for Goldborn 3.1 million. That's not bad. That's not bad. If we can find a replacement, that's probably about right. Little can definitely go out. It's our first sale. Up to 4.7 million. That would cover, just about cover Davis, who I like. He's a good all-rounder, good all-round midfielder. The perfect backup to Pack and Roster in those central midfield positions. Antwi's a winger. He can play everywhere. He's a free transfer as well. He's quick. Decent finisher. Don't think he's better than Roberta. And then this guy. What are you bringing me 69 overall rated players for, scouts? Alright, doesn't look like this one's working very well. Let's change this up. I'm going to look for a utility defender within budget from the Netherlands. Or should we look in the UK? We can still look at the UK. Within the rules, every time a new area is added, it adds it to our area that we're allowed to look at. I think we'll go back to England for a utility player. That gives us a wider range of players to look at least, and hopefully then we'll get another good attacking midfielder or a central striker out of the scouts. How much do they want? 3.6 for Magnussen. No way. He's 24 years old. He's got a long way to improve. Centre-backs always peak a little bit later. Let's keep going on. We're already into the 6th of July. We've not really lined up any 100% targets other than Davies. Oh, we've had a bid in for Cherie. That's interesting. And Davis, the negotiation has gone well. How much can we get him down to? 4.1. That's quite expensive still. 73% chance of maybe having a little bit more off that. I like him, but he is a reserve player. And if we can get that down a bit, that'd be good. Cherie, what are they looking at? 5.1. Bang. Hang on a sec. Can we get any more there? Maybe we can. If we can get 5.5 for Cherie, then we should be able to bring someone in who's as good but younger, and then have a little bit left over. Goldborn 3.7. That's decent. We just need to find a defensive player who can fill his spot at left back if needed. think we'll take another run at Cousins. Be excellent. I'll have another go at Friday as well because I like the look of him. And Dicko, I'm going to go for a cheeky loan transfer. I only really want to go for that there if we can get option to buy on him, but it doesn't look like they want to sell him for anything reasonable. And then I guess while we're at it, we'll have another shot at Paddy McNair because I think he could be a good long-term replacement for Aidan Flint. Okay, what's happened? Oh, that's no good. Davis has broken down. Oh, Cousins has come in though. That's promising. Dicko broken down as well. Friday's broken down. We're not doing too well in the negotiations at the moment. I've had an offer for Di Girolamo. Good stuff. Want to get rid of him because he is the definition of dead wood there. Our worst player by a stretch. Not even going to negotiate there. You can just have him for whatever. I'll drive him there myself. So Goldborn 3.7 and Cherie 5.8. Not selling Mika, obviously. So Davis broke down. We did try and be a bit cheeky. We'll go back in for him, I think. McNair, that doesn't seem to be happening. Dicko, they've no intention of loaning out such an important player. Well, I'm going to try and renegotiate that because we want him back in the side. We know how dangerous he is. His speed and explosive power just gives him that edge over a lot of other strikers. He can turn, get away from a player so easily. How much do they want for Cousins? 5.7. Yeah, that's big, but he would sort out a lot of our problems in that he can play all the way along the back and as a central midfielder. He's a really good passer. He's quick. He's strong. He's a good player. And only 23 years old. See if we can get a little bit of cash off there. Ooh. Give it a go. We're still early. So we say goodbye to Girolamo. That's a good one. Another scouting report in. Let's see what we've got here. St. Graven. Oh, he'd be good, but he's out of our range. And then Paul. Oh, another free agent. That's good. He's quick. But he's maybe a bit too raw for us, especially at attacking midfield. Any strikers of interest? Oh, another Traore. They're everywhere, Traores, but no, I'm not sure about him. Oh, no, we can't sign him anyway. 78. Ooh, Cassiera. Decent looking 20-year-old striker. Looks very similar to Friday. We'll put him on the list. What's his market value? 5.1. Too expensive. Too expensive for us. Oh, Cousins has broken down. We're struggling here a bit. We're struggling with the negotiations. We're trying to push our luck a bit too much. But without even a budget to work with, obviously we're going to try and go as low as we can. Oh, they want 1.6 to loan Dicko. Well, I'm not going to do it unless we can get an option to buy. So we'll try again with the option to buy. But 23% seems unlikely. God, we're striking out all over the place here. This isn't looking good. Got a lot of offers on our players. I mean, we've got Cherie to play with. Goldborn. We could have paid for Cousins with some of the Goldborn money. Shouldn't have been so aggressive there. Davis has broken down as well. We're struggling to do any deals now. This is getting a little bit concerning. A little bit worrying. We don't want to be caught out at the end of the transfer window, scrambling around on deadline day as we have in the past. Good to get our business done early. I thought we'd started early enough to do something, but everyone's playing hardball. Okay. Oh, that's good. So we can get Dicko on a loan with a 5.4 option to buy. We have to pay 1.6 million now to loan him, so basically it's going to be 7 million if we want him next season. But, you know, 77 finishing. It's not getting any better necessarily, but he's so quick. He's got a great attacking prowess. We know that he can score goals at championship level. We'll keep him there as an option. I'm going to go back in again for all of these players that we haven't managed to sign. McNair as well. Friday. And Cousins. Those are the ones we want. Remember, we've got Roberto, the free transfer as well. So we need, if we get Dicko and Roberto, that's 1.6 between them. And then another striker, hopefully Friday. That's 4 strikers, including Abraham. Then if we keep Cherie, maybe we look for just Davis and a centre-back. I mean, I'd be happy with 3 really high-quality signings like that. Okay, better. I've had some positive negotiations. Let's take a look. 6 million for McNair. Cousins is the better option, but they want 6.7 for Cousins now. Doesn't look like they want to negotiate either. It's a big, big payout, but it's a player that would provide us with great cover. But he's not an upgrade on Flint, whereas McNair is an upgrade. It's all sort of irrelevant at the moment without the cash to do it. Can we get any money off McNair? Possibly. So Dicko we know we've got on as an option. And then 4 million for Friday. I like the sound of that. We're going to go again. I think we've got time to negotiate these. We'll give it one more go here, but that's risky. Keep trying. Cousins is really the one I want out of those two, but McNair would be great as well. McNair, I would probably play ahead of Flint, perhaps. He can also play it right back. Though we do have a Marty who's a really, really good centre-back as well. Davis is the one we want, though, really. Oh, we've had a bid for Kozak. Yes! And a big for Engval as well. That's what we wanted to see. Hopefully the Scout Sport's back something good because we're struggling for options for new attacking midfielders. Got a couple of options here at the back. It's interesting. Tyrone Mings, 24. Oh, he'd be good. What do they want for him? 4.5. He can play along the back. He's a big lad. Not a great passer. But he's strong, explosive. He's quick as well. Can play at left back, which would be good. If we can get him for around the same price that we could maybe sell Goldborn for, then that's definitely worth considering. He's only 24 years old. It's a good bit of scouting there. Pretty happy with that. Kozak, 2.8 million. That's lovely stuff. I'm not even taking the risk. We're selling him, definitely. That can fund one of the strikers. Hopefully that can fund most of Friday, because that'd be a big upgrade there. And then Engval 1.2. It's almost not worth selling him, but he's never going to be the standard that we need. So, although it would be sad to see him go, I think Engval, if we can bring in the strikers we want, he's probably done for. That'll fund the Dicko loan at least. Let's keep moving. Hopefully these negotiations are going to go through. We're pushing it again to the limits, but we've not really got the money to do anything else. We've only got Kozak as a saleable asset, and Cherie is one that we can sell if we can find a better attacking midfielder. But we're not really doing very well with that so far. Yes, okay, they've all worked. That is good. This puts us in a much stronger position than I thought we'd be in. So McNair for 5.1. Dicko we can bring in for 1.6. We can sell Engval to fund that. I think that's a definite route to go down. It's a very expensive loan fee, but Wolves don't want to get rid of him. But we know him so well. We know what we're getting with him. A player that's just within our overall rating limit. But we know him very well. And we can then sign him for 5.4 million at some point. I think that's a really good idea. Friday, what do they want for him? 3.5 for Friday, that's great. So Kozak can just about cover that, I reckon. And then I think we splash the 5.4 on either Cousins or Mings, depending on how they go. This is much, much better. And it just leaves us with the attacking midfielder cover to try and work out. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm happy in terms of strikers. We don't need to do any more negotiations in terms of cash with Friday, Roberta or Dicko. Those are the three we bring in. So I'm going to quickly switch this up. Go again for an English, hopefully young attacking midfielder. That's what we want. We'll consider the budget because hopefully that brings us a player that we can actually work with in terms of the overall rating. Now we're looking good. Okay, Mings has come in. That's interesting. Let's see what he looks like. If he's cheap, this could be a revelation. 3.7. That is cheap. Probably a better... Cousins I prefer as a player. But Mings is better defensively. Cousins is a better all-rounder. But Mings I think would be good at centre-back. He's big. He's powerful. See if we can get any money off then. Yeah, it looks like we can. Had another scouting. Let's just take a look here. Another attacking midfielder. Interesting. F. de Jong. Youngster from Ajax. Liking it. Liking it. Good passer. Good dribbler. Similar in many ways to Roster's stats when we first signed him. Nothing outstanding, but he's got the basis of a really strong looking attacking midfield, centre midfield player. Definitely no standout stats, but combined I think at 20 years old he could get really, really good. Okay, so Mings has come back. So last thing in this episode, we've got 5 really good potential transfers all lined up here, and I think we can move the funds around to make them as well. So the question is, who do we buy as sort of centre-back defensive cover? We've got 3 good ones lined up here. Got Paddy McNair. He's probably, what would be the good thing about him is he would be first choice centre-back, I think. I think we'd put him in over Aidan Flint. He's got Premier League experience, but he's also 22 years old. He's got room to improve. Physically, he's definitely up to the challenge. He's not as physical as Aidan Flint, but he's a great passer as well. He can also deputise at right back, so he'd be good. They want 5 million for him, Sunderland. We've then got the option of Tyrone Mings for 3.3 from Bournemouth. That would be lovely. So he can play at centre-back as well, also at left-back. So we could basically sell Goldborn and sign him, and that provides us the cover across the back that we were looking for. He's only 24 years old as well. He's a big guy. So that'd be interesting. Or there's Cousins from QPR, also quite young. Good thing about all of these players is they're all 23 or below, or 24 or below, so they've got room to improve. Cousins, again, can play all the way across the back. He wouldn't be, I don't think, first choice for us at centre-back, although maybe. He's a good passer as well. Mings, not a good passer, but actually he's pretty good getting forward by the looks of it. Good in the air, he's strong. I think generally Cousins and McNair are the stronger players. So we could afford McNair now with the money we've got, pretty much. And then Mings we could fund with the Goldborn sale. 3.7 for Goldborn. 3.3 for Mings. I mean, that's got to be a good choice, definitely. And then, or Cousins, again, we could buy him with the money we've got and then buy Mings. And then we could sell Kozak for 2.8 and Engvall for 1.2. So that's 4 million. And that would be enough for us to sign Dicko and Friday, just about. Maybe with some other slight sales. And then we've got Roberto as a free transfer. So we can basically sign almost all of these. We've got to decide really between McNair and Cousins. I'm thinking now that if we're getting Mings, who's cover at left back and also centre back, then McNair as a first choice centre back might be the right option. He's definitely got room to improve. He looks like he's got higher potential than Cousins. But let me know what you think. So we'll hopefully get that all confirmed in the next episode. But let me know your thoughts on those guys left. I've given you quite a lot to think about. And then if you want to have a look at some of the linked teams, you know the rules. Maybe you know the teams. You can look at Ian Holloway's Wikipedia account to see teams that he's played at or managed at, and you'll be able to find there teams that we can deal with. Maybe use PES Master to look through. We'd like an attacking midfielder, 74 overall rated or below. That's what we're looking for now, really. And then we can maybe use the Cherie money if we want to sell him and buy someone exciting and young to put in his place. And then we're looking pretty good, I think. Probably need to go back in for Davis. It could be Davis that is the Cherie money is spent on because he's more adaptable than Cherie. Davis can play an attacking midfield, but also central midfield and defensive midfield. So even as a straight swap, Davis for Cherie would be good, but it'd be good to have Cherie still in the side. I don't know how we'll find the money for that. So there we go. The transfer window has started pretty well. I mean, it looked a bit dodgy there, but actually I'm glad that we persevered with some of them because now we're set up for 2 or 3 really, really good signings. Obviously, we've got Roberto as a free transfer as well. So that would be Dicko, Roberto and Friday brought in to bolster the attack with Kozak, Engvall going out. I mean, that's decent. And then McNair maybe coming in as first choice centre-back. And then Tyrone Mings as a backup all the way across the back. And then, we just need a central midfielder, attacking midfielder. And then we've done pretty well. Pretty well. Okay, that's all for this episode. I'll see you again on Monday with hopefully all of your advice, and then we can make some signings and maybe we'll be able to start our Premier League season. Wow, that's exciting. I'll see you in a bit.